Hello everybody, welcome to our Thailand Q&A. Yes, we just finished our Thailand series and I know you're very sad we didn't leave Bangkok, but we're going to answer all your questions about that and when we're coming back, when we're going to explore more outside of Bangkok and much more from your questions in this video.
Much more.
So let's just jump right into this and get right into your questions.
First question is, what is the most amazing thing you've seen? For me, I'm just going to start it out with the bench cats.
The bench cats were incredible. They were so friendly and they liked to stretch. Bench cats and park lizards.
Top two.
Top two.
I mean, maybe third, the Icon Siam Mall was pretty cool, but just pretty cool compared to the bench cats.
The super cheap local market that we could get pork basil at for 30 baht, which is insane. But you know, bench cats are better than that. If you couldn't tell, Icon Siam was absolutely incredible. One of the coolest malls we've ever seen. And the street food is just so dang good and so affordable.
I'm in the Philippines right now, which is known for its malls. We've lived in the Philippines for a long time, which has some incredible malls. But Icon Siam was also just incredible. By far one of the most unique malls we've seen.
And that's probably the most insane mall we've ever been to. It's cooler than the Dubai Mall.
And I mean, every country we go to malls because we're the mall guys.
What Thai food do you like the most?
Yeah, I mean, we could go and say any of the epic 7-Eleven foods we ate, the McDonald's and stuff. But I mean, the best thing, I think, the most enjoyable thing for me was just going to that little market next to our house and just getting whatever they had. It was so good and so affordable.
The spicy pork, the holy basil pork is just so good. That's one of my favorite foods in general, let alone my favorite in Thailand. And just getting it off the street for just such a good price from this like old lady that just cooks it up right when you walk up. It's so good. That is one of my favorite foods. Definitely in Thailand and ever.
What things impressed you about Thai people?
One of the things that we were impressed by was being in a massive, one of the most, if not the most visited city in the entire world, Bangkok. How friendly a lot of the people that lived there were.
Yeah, but that's one thing we always mention. If tourists flock to a city, the people are slowly going to become less friendly towards tourists because some tourists suck. But Thailand, specifically Bangkok where we were, people were still friendly. Even if they didn't speak English, they would still be friendly if you didn't hear what they were saying. You could tell that they were being nice to you.
It was really cool. Our local neighborhood where we stayed in the Airbnb, I think was one of like the friendliest little areas we could be. Like the neighbors would be like trying to talk to us, and even if we couldn't understand what they were saying, it was just still a very friendly atmosphere, and that was very impressive. Which place in Thailand do you think you'll never forget?
I mean, we've already kind of mentioned some of the things that have stuck out to us already, which is that little neighborhood we got to stay in, which was a cool little local experience, and Icon Siam. But outside of that, the markets in Thailand are very extensive.
Clean too. The nice thing about Thailand is everything seemed like very clean. Like you didn't have to like worry too much about the street food getting you sick, I feel like, just based on the appearances. We didn't see a single cockroach the entire time we were there.
That was extremely surprising because we've seen cockroaches in the Philippines, Hong Kong, China,
Indonesia.
I mean, we've literally seen them in most countries we've gone to, and we didn't see any in Bangkok.
And we were just in a local like neighborhood where they were selling and making food. I'll also never forget for how busy of a city Bangkok is with all the tourists and people that live there. It's pretty easy to get around still. That BTS system is impressive.
I mean, I think we went on one tuk-tuk the whole time.
We could get almost anywhere just from the metro. It's crazy.
Any plans to travel to Thailand again in the future?
Yeah.
No, we're never going back again.
Wait, what did you just say?
Never.
Why? Because I actually went back to Thailand for a short amount of time after this series because the series we filmed before a little bit. I went back again just because I liked Bangkok so much and Thailand so much. So to say that we won't come again in the future for another vlog series, especially to explore different places in Thailand, is far, far from the truth. We're going to be back for sure.
I mean, we already know about the super touristy places, Chiang Mai, Phuket, stuff like that, but we want to get out there too. So we've already gotten a ton of suggestions from people, and we would love to go for some more off the beaten path suggestions that you guys give us. So we are for sure going to be back.
Let us know in the comments some really cool small towns or anywhere. Did you need travel insurance to go to Thailand?
We always see that as a requirement of like things you need when you travel to a country, but we don't have a travel insurance. We did recently get a travel medical insurance. We've collaborated with Safety Wing, so we can travel without worrying about having to pay insane medical bills if we get sick or anything like that. Because I mean, we are full-time travelers now. We never thought we'd come to that point, but it seems like a good investment for us.
And the nice thing about Safety Wing, especially for us who, like you said, now are full-time travelers, but we still don't make that much money, is that there's a $0 deductible, which means you're covered even for the smallest claims, and you don't need any pre-approval to get this travel medical insurance. And to make things even better, it doesn't just cover you in Thailand, it also covers you in over 180 countries. That's a lot of countries. I don't know if you knew this, but there's only like 10 countries.
Only 10?
No, there's more, but that's almost all of them right there.
And something that really appeals to us is that it also covers travel delays, lost luggage, and trip interruption, which is huge because we haven't actually shown it yet. We might post it on our Trifate Extended channel. We almost missed our flight to Bangkok in the first place. And I mean, I would say 75% of the flights we book have been either delayed or canceled.
We've had ones where they've kicked us off the flight and then they never paid us when they should.
That's just some of the reasons why we use them and we've partnered with them. So if you want to ease your mind on your next trip, you can check it out. Link in the description for Safety Wing. If you ever played Songkran in Thailand?
Funny enough, how I mentioned that I went back to Thailand again recently and didn't make a vlog about it. I was there during Songkran, but I didn't actually play because I figured that would be a more exciting thing for us to do together at some point for a vlog series. But I was there. I went outside a few times and I got blasted, and it was kind of scary when you're trying to be dry, getting blasted by cold water. But no, technically we have not played Songkran. Next year?
Well,
Next question, how tall are you? The age-old question.
we'll always see my lanky body and your built body, but you're still taller than a lot of the people. And they wonder this question.
I'll answer this one. Isaac's 3'6", and I'm 2'11".
You got to give me a little bit of room. I'm 3'6.5". You can round it up to 3'7".
So when the people ask you how tall you are, you'd say like, yeah, I'm 3'8".
You don't have to expose me like that, but yeah.
And then when you wear those shoes that you see in like the Thailand malls that have like this much of a sole on them, you get up almost to 4 foot.
Have you ever seen a ghost in your Airbnb? There was the Pinky Winky ghost or whatever the heck you said.
I don't even remember.
Something like that, I don't know.
Tinky Winky is a Teletubby, by the way. Tinky Winky. Apparently that place looked haunted to people that watched our videos. We didn't see anything other than the Tinky Winky ghost. The light in the bedroom was so freaky, though. It was like something out of The Conjuring.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like welcoming at night. There was only like a few times where I was like tapped on the shoulder by like random things, or I like saw a wisp move by and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say it's too crazy compared to some of our other situations. I get traumatized each time I bring up the Waka Waka Flocka Flocka monster that we experienced in the Philippines. Yeah.
I only saw a demon girl like once, and that was like crawling on the ceiling.
Didn't you have some crazy dream though? Like actually, didn't you have some crazy dream?
Yeah, I did. What the heck was it? Well, no, I kind of remember it. I don't know if this is 100% right, but I remember in the room, I was seeing these people in the room, like watching. It was like as if they were like just waiting in line. I was like in this phase that I get because I have like, I don't know, some sort of sleep thing where I talk in my sleep, and I used to sleepwalk. I don't sleepwalk anymore. But also when I wake up, I get in this weird like realm where I can see things.
Like hyper realistic dreams.
Yeah. My eyes are open and I can see where I am, but I see things my like mind like puts these things in the room. And I saw all of these people in the room. They were like waiting to get on a boat or something. It was something weird, but yeah, it was something like that. And I remember it being really realistic. So I started talking to them. So if you think that is some sort of paranormal thing, let me know in the comments.
He's gotten that in plenty of other places though, so
I have. When we were in our first place, the first time we ever moved internationally in Georgia, I had a dream of this black figure that was standing under a lamppost in the street, on this dark street. And I had that dream, and then the next day, I had the dream again and the figure was closer. And then I had the dream again the next night and then it was closer even. And then I told Isaac about it after 3 nights in a row and then I didn't have it anymore.
So weird. Something saved you.
It was probably duck. Paranormal in Thailand. Will we find it next time? I don't know.
Yeah, we can go ghost hunting actually. Apparently there's some Thai creatures. We'll react to a Thai mythical creatures video on our Trifate Geo channel, and then we'll go ghost hunting on Lifestyle soon. Sorry to all the fans of Trifate Lifestyle that Duck hasn't appeared much in our Trifate Lifestyle vlogs at recent. He's coming back soon. Look at this fracker.
I can't see him, but I know he's beautiful.
What do you miss most about Thailand?
The food?
The food is very delicious, very affordable, and the ease of access to a lot of things is also very nice.
Oh yeah. Not the heat. My gosh.
Philippines right now is kind of hot, but now it's starting to get in the rainy season, so it's not as hot. But still, the Thailand and the next country we went to after Thailand, heat was insane.
It was like insta sweat. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were saying, you guys haven't gone to the night market. You haven't gone to the night market. One of the reasons we didn't go to the night markets is because we were out all day and we were just drained after being in that heat all day.
Next question's an interesting one, a current event thing. How do you find Apple's advertisement about Thailand? Have you seen it? We got a lot of comments about this. We didn't actually see it first, so we're just gonna check it out right now.
Let's jump in. All right, so we have it pulled up right here, and we're just gonna kind of watch through it. It's not gonna be a full reaction. I mean, we could have done a full reaction to it, which would have kind of been interesting for our reaction channel. But yeah, I mean, we'll just watch it here and we'll just skip through it. So you won't see every single moment of reaction, but you'll get some of our reaction.
The main thing we know is the controversy is about how it perceives Thailand.
So let's see if it's true, because, you know, we've been there now.
Did you smell it? I am talking market disruptor, bro.
Players!
McLovin?
Where were we?
Next.
Rong Chi Sawat Yingge.
Reason for visiting?
Well.
He wants 500,000 boxes.
Ooh, there's mine.
You've got to be kidding me.
David, I'm happy.
Well, I'm not happy. I'm tired and I'm sweaty and my bag isn't here.
No. My nickname is Happy.
So this so far is just like showing like a bad travel experience, and it just happens to be in Thailand.
This is stuff that has happened to us before, no matter what country it is.
Anything to declare?
Only
They are showing it as
best
like
trip ever.
incredibly cluttered and busy. I mean, it is busy, but I wouldn't say it's cluttered.
I mean, I don't know where they did this exactly, but even just this setup of this shot here, I don't think it was like this. It seems like they pushed the things together so that only 2 people can fit.
Yeah,
In the
it
shot.
definitely wasn't like that.
Please take us to the Sunrise Paradise Resort.
โปรดพาเราไปที่รีสอร์ทซันไรส์พาราไดซ์
I think you
This
know
is
it.
obviously a gross exaggeration. They added in that haze, did they
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe we haven't been to Bangkok when there's smog or something, but even the smog wouldn't give it that haze.
No.
Interesting thing too is the honking. I don't think Southeast Asia, there wasn't that much honking.
So far, what they're kind of doing is like doing a stereotypical version of India, like the honking and all that stuff. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like how movies or like people that don't know anything would portray these places. It's weird.
Not exactly.
Oh, I feel nauseous.
I mean, I'm
feel
sure you
hot.
could
Is there
find a
even
room
AC?
like that
Yeah.
somewhere in
Guys, come
Bangkok.
on, of course there's a bathroom. Oh,
Hey man, what's up?
And a weird European guy?
That is-
Definitely.
that
in
is true.
Bangkok.
This is an actual hotel.
So the interesting
Right,
thing
this place
is
is-
the way they're portraying it is that everything in Bangkok is like busy and cluttered and not easy to figure out, but Apple will make it easy for you.
Typically, other than like using a map on our phone, phones don't help that much really. The map is just the
No.
key thing.
Especially since we usually navigate on my phone, which isn't an Apple.
Google
get
Maps.
some clothes.
Ooh, I'm gonna order pad thai.
Isn't it like 7 a.m. there?
My leg is making me hungry.
Ooh, crab fried
And he just said pad thai, which apparently isn't even that popular
Yeah.
amongst locals.
right?
I was in a hotel in Bangkok that had a big view of the city like that, and there was no fog like that at all. I'm sure different times of year have different levels of like the haze and the smog, but when I was there was none.
That is interesting. Again, right there, they're just honking that high up. You cannot hear them honking that high up.
They do make it seem like so chaotic. I'd say the most chaotic part of Bangkok that we experienced was in those malls at peak time.
Yeah, yeah.
With just tourists everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. The tourist attractions were very busy. So interesting to like see this, and like Apple is a product that is completely just surging. So Samsung had sort of its wave in Asia because it was already in Asia. So a lot of people have Android or Samsung phones, and now Apple has been very popular recently in Asia because it's like a luxury, like, oh, look at this brand as an iPhone. But it's weird for them to make one of their target markets currently look like this, because everyone in the US has iPhones and they're already loyal to iPhones. So I don't know who they're trying to target with this. I guess it's tourists, but
maybe as Apple keeps kind of showing their colors to everybody, maybe they'll eventually kind of fall from grace. I mean, it seems like in the US, even though most people are super like ride or die with Apple for some reason, finally some people are starting to be like, wait, isn't this the stuff that Samsung already has on their phones that you're trying to upcharge us for?
I held on to my iPhone 11 as long as I could just because I wanted my phone to last as long as possible, but I switched to Samsung immediately once it was done. And as of now, I don't regret it much. And I'm from the US, so that's a hot topic.
And Apple does all these like predatory business things where they try to, once you get an Apple, they'll like try to make you keep it any way possible, whether it's not being able to transfer your stuff as easily or having to be connected to all these other devices that are just Apple. They like make it as hard as possible to switch phones. Apple's a very predatory company, and this is just showing how little they know about their consumers. Are you surprised $1 trillion company isn't in touch with their consumers?
Design and redo the contract.
And the budget.
Brian.
That's kind of like a normal tuk-tuk ride.
Got it. Hey, Dave.
Another chaotic bus. Another chaos thing. They end up on a bus. You wouldn't have to take a bus realistically. You could just get a grab. Even though it is kind of hard to get grabs at certain times in Bangkok, I found last time, the BTS could get you close to almost anywhere.
And I don't think the buses look like that either.
Okay, now the budget, Dave.
But the world is lovely and nice when you're sitting with your Apple products.
Yeah.
Are we seriously?
Yeah, that's
doing this?
exactly what the
I like that.
BTS
Okay,
look
now the
like.
budget, Dave. Dave.
I mean, once again, they're like stereotyping. These are like things that people in the Western world would stereotype about India. And we went on a train
Oh, I like.
that was 10 times, 20 times nicer than this in India.
Yeah,
And they're saying this is Thailand.
it's very interesting. And if it is truly this company thing that they're doing on this work trip, they would have been able to book some better accommodation and stuff.
Guys!
I couldn't find a taxi, but I did find.
Couldn't find a taxi.
Design. 3 minutes.
Can you grab anywhere?
Budget.
Okay, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. They made Bangkok look like a very like third world place, which obviously it's not.
You can like look at the video and be like, oh, it's comical, it's just a funny joke, but it's pointless. They didn't have to do any of this stuff. The humor could have came somewhere else. It's weird. It's just pointless and like weird.
If they didn't do like these extra things, I feel like it wouldn't even be that offensive. Like, I mean, crazy things happen wherever you go, but why did they add so much smog? Why did they hue the whole thing like yellowish to kind of get that like third world feel? I don't get why like those things they added into it. It's totally unnecessary.
Only like 10 to 15% of the video is like that, but they edited this thing 20 times, had 10 people look over it, and not a single person was like, maybe we're a huge company and we always care so much about our image. Maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't do this. Everyone's like, yep, fine.
Very interesting. Anyway, moral of the story, guys, just go buy a Samsung or some other phone that's cheaper. Easy enough.
Now back to the Q&A.
Have we met Lisa yet?
We didn't want to film it, obviously, because we care about privacy and stuff. But me me, Tyler, and Lisa were homies. We were actually traveling together. Some of you were wondering who the third person was who would film us sometimes. And no, I shouldn't reveal it.
Sorry, somebody that you don't know that's not famous and not a dancer.
Makes a lot of money.
Drop the bot. Spending all this bot.
Why wasn't that the song? What was the hardest thing to adjust about Thailand? I think for me personally, it was kind of like the hue of the country and all the honking and the chaos.
True.
And like there was a lot of smog around. So that was the hardest to adjust for me.
Me, it was just not having an Apple product to make my day just infinitely better at all points.
No, but realistically, I think it was just something that's happened in a lot of other countries, which is a language barrier.
Surprisingly, once again, Bangkok's a very touristy city, but once you leave like the really touristy areas, the English does drop off pretty fast. So that does just a language barrier. Once again, we have to mention this every time for some reason. We don't expect people to speak English. We just like to point out that there is low levels of English in areas because obviously our whole experience is through English.
What's up?
How much do you rate mango sticky rice?
I would give it like an 8.8.
I liked it the first time. In the video that we made about mango sticky rice, I really liked it. But when I went back to Thailand again and I got it probably 5 more times, I like it even more.
Oh,
it's probably one of my favorite desserts now. It is just so good. I'd give it like a 9.5. I just think the sweetness of the mango and then the sweetness of the what I guess is coconut milk.
Sorry.
But how is coconut milk that sweetened?
Accept our formal apologies.
Is it like condensed coconut milk or sweetened coconut milk? What exactly is it?
It was almost like offensive to call it condensed milk, so it's higher quality, but I don't know.
The texture and taste was very similar. I don't know. I just think all of it goes together so well and it's so good and I just devour it. I want it right now.
That does sound really, really good.
Next time we go to Thailand, we're going to do an Unli Mango Sticky Rice Challenge. We're going to eat as many as we possibly can.
What do you think the sugar crash would be like from that?
Deathly, probably.
Hey, but it's healthy. It's mango. Is your goal to emulate Beavis and Butthead? I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not something we tried to do. Like, we didn't like look at Beavis and Butthead and be like, we're going to be them. It's just, I guess, what we are kind of. We're not trying to take ourselves serious and travel together. We'll get the Beavis and Butthead, the Mr. Bean,
Dumb and Dumber, of course. From China, for some reason, SpongeBob and Patrick.
We didn't specifically try to do those characters, but I guess that's kind of how we are when we travel. If you were expecting a serious video with B-roll and epic music, and then we're in the next place and we're like, wow, now we're at this place, you can do this and this and this here, I really like it. Then next place, you can do this and this and this here, I really like it. And I'm sure you were surprised.
We kind of pride ourselves on being a bit different, so hopefully you do enjoy the different style. I know some people won't. We're very polarizing, I think, when we show up to new places, but we don't want to kind of. It's hard for us to not just be psychos.
Follows me left and right.
I forgot about that amazing cover. The big question: when will you be back?
I feel like our goal for a lot of countries that we enjoyed is within a year, but we're starting to realize that that goal is hard to achieve. But yeah, the goal is a year, within a year.
If you notice, we aren't in the same room right now, which is usually how we would do these Q&As, and they'd usually be a little better than this, but it's because I'm in the USA right now. That's kind of our situation right now. Hopefully within a year. It wouldn't surprise me if things work out, if we did show up like early next year or around maybe Songkran.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
When will you travel outside of Bangkok? That would be when we come back. We'll try to get outside of Bangkok. Not try. We will get outside of Bangkok.
We will. Is there anything you dislike about Thailand?
We already said the heat. And I guess the extreme tourism. Some of the tourists are a bit weird too.
Yeah, it is definitely overcrowded with tourists specifically. And then with that comes, especially in places outside of Bangkok that are touristy, like Phuket or something like that, will come with the expensive like tours and stuff and shuttles and stuff like that. So that's always a downside to anywhere that's popular. Oh, I know one that you forgot. And for me, honestly, after going there last time, the spicy level of the food.
Yeah, that is true. You'll no matter where you go, someone will be like, just a little bit spicy. And it's hard for me to finish. Painful.
Yeah, it hurts sometimes. Like, I'm pretty decent with spice, and I got a few where I could not handle it. I felt the burning all the way down.
Obviously, that affected our bowels as well. How did you turn travel vlog to a horror vlog? I'm laughing so much I can't stop laughing. It's just, you know, they're just naturals, you know?
Yeah. Natural filmmakers, you know?
The realistic story of that is we were doing our tour and we're like, this is kind of creepy. We can do something scary here. And then we did that. We didn't talk about much else, but that's just what happened. It was kind of improv.
We like to make improv skits, and for some reason, they always end up horror.
It seems like horror is just the easiest one to do and edit, so we just happened to do that. It's the easiest one to think of, too, because you always know the end result, which is going to be some basic jump scare.
But if you want more skits, make sure to check out our next series. It may not be Thailand, but it's going to be a country that was like a few hour flight away.
It has a similar name, kinda.
Wait, really? What is it?
Taiwan.
Check that out. Hopefully we'll be back in Thailand sometime in the next year, I would hope. I know that sounds like a long time, but believe me, time passes quick.
95% of you watching this video will forget about us, and then eventually we'll just pop back up on your page. Hopefully, if YouTube allows it.
Make sure you subscribe, so eventually, even when we fall out of your feed from other countries, maybe they'll throw us in there next time we're in Bangkok.
And that would be very helpful to us, because that's epic.
You can also check out our Trifate channel. I know a lot of you are from that channel who watched our Lisa and For Eve reactions. Hopefully, when they have more songs, we'll be reacting to them over there.
We also have Trifate Geo, which is where we post some Thailand reactions about different geography and history and topics like that. And also Trifate Extended, where we did some exclusive videos, like we tried 7-Eleven in Thailand. We made that whole video, but it's just on that channel. So there'll be a link to that in the comment of this video as well.
Heck yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Really glad you enjoyed the Thailand series, and we're just going to bring you a bigger and better one next time.
We'll be botting back and botting you botters.
See you later, botters.